Personally, I'm gonna rub the animal on the nose and tell him to chill out, and it'll chill just like that.
Let's start with the ones that are least likely to attack and slowly work our way towards the most aggressive ones on the list. Number 17, eagles. There has only been one eagle attack on a human in recent history, but one is one too many, so we simply can't risk it. Obviously, as of right now, you wouldn't stand a chance against any apex predator, but by the end of this video, you will have the knowledge to not only defend yourself, but also come out victorious every single time. After all, knowing is half the battle, and the other half is pure luck. Let's begin. You have entered a 1v1 against an eagle. Now, assuming you're not a small child or a little person, you won't have to worry about being carried away to its nest. First off, you will need to cover your head and face, as eagles are known to only attack this area. So use your shirt, backpack, or whatever you have to shield this weak spot without covering your eyes, as you will be gambling them for a chance to see when the eagle approaches. As it sweeps down to attack, cover up, as it will more than likely impale you with its 4-inch talons, falling right into your trap. This will be your chance to grab a hold of it, tightly securing its body with one hand and its head and beak with the other. Now, of course, whether you follow up the body lock with a slam is totally up to you.
Hey, listen, see me? Look, it could fly in right now. I'm grabbing it like this. I'm catching it by the neck. I don't have to worry about none of that. I'm just gonna grab by the neck and say, hey, I don't wanna hurt you, chill. And rub him on the head and he'll chill. Simple. But that's just me though. That's just me.
Number 16, leopard seals. Yeah, I had no idea these blobs were apex predators either. There have only been 2 documented cases of leopard seals attacking humans in recent history, with one of them being fatal. And I personally will not allow you to become one of those statistics.
Me neither.
You're swimming in the Antarctic Ocean and a leopard seal has locked onto you. First, you must keep your eyes on the seal at all times, as you must be ready to counter its attacks. Luckily, the seal is only capable of memorizing too. Depending on what the seal is seeing will determine which attack it chooses. First, you must know which of these 2 body types you currently have. If you're built like figure 1, you can expect the bite and thrash attack. If you resemble shape 2, the seal will attempt the bite and drag attack, taking you deeper into the ocean to drown you. Now for the counter. You will begin by gouging the seal's eyes with both hands, as well as punching its snout with everything and anything
Hold on, bro. Why does it start twerking when you punch it in the nose though? Like what about its nose makes the booty jiggle? I don't get it.
And once the seal sees that you're not worth the trouble, it will surely let go, allowing you to escape and swim to land. Obviously, once you're both on land, you've pretty much secured the win, since the seal's mobility is greatly compromised, and you can go ahead and finish him off with body shots. Number 15, pythons. Now, surprisingly, this is the only apex predator on the list where you will have the option of simply walking away from the fight. But I know how it is. Sometimes our egos get the best of us, and we end up taking the fight anyway. There are only a few snakes in the world that are classified as apex predators and have also attacked humans. But don't worry, I'll be teaching you how to defeat them all. Let's start with the pythons. Now, if I'm going to teach you how to defeat a python, I might as well show you how to take out the largest one of them all, the reticulated python. This snake can reach a maximum weight of around 374 pounds and grow over 23 feet in length. If those stats make you nervous, stop embarrassing yourself. After all, are you really going to lose a fight to a girl? Since male pythons only grow to about half that size and are hardly even worth the battle. Let's begin. You've decided.
So why the females grow so much bigger? Okay, my mind, I ain't gonna lie, this got my mind boggled. Over 350 pounds? 23 feet long? Goodness.
Stand your ground against the python. Now, the first thing you must do is keep the fight standing. This is very important for 2 reasons. 1, it will prevent the snake from getting leverage and constricting at full strength. And 2, it will prevent the spectators from booing. It will only be a matter of time before the snake gets a hold of you, so you must control its head while using your other hand to grab its tail and begin unwrapping it from your body. By this point, you will be covered in snake urine, so sliding him off shouldn't be an issue. Once you're free, push the snake away from you, and as long as the snake retreats, you've officially won the fight. If it chooses to return for more punishment, repeat step 1. Number 14, giant otters. Pick it up, body slam it. Number 13, hyenas. In Africa, hyenas are known to attack humans that sleep outside during the hot summer months, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure you could do that safely. But okay, let's begin. You have just been woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of a crunch. That crunch was your leg, but that doesn't matter now. You have entered a street fight. And whether
Oh,
you live or
shit.
get shredded to pieces depends entirely on how well you can memorize the following information. Thankfully, you were abruptly woken up from your sleep, so remembering this life or death advice shouldn't be a problem. First, you must remain completely calm. Stand your ground, and whatever you do, never give your back to the hyena. Now, the reason you
Okay,
must do
cool.
this is to not seem like prey, so try your absolute best to look like a predator. But if that doesn't come
Hold on. How I look? Do I look like a predator? Ooh, hey, that thing would run away so quick, bro. I'm a predator for real. Come
naturally,
on.
just mirror whatever the hyena does. If it takes a step toward you, take a step toward the hyena. If the hyena lets out a cackle, let out a cackle as well. Eventually, the hyena will see that you're not worth the trouble and it will run away, leaving
Easy.
you with an easy win and minimal damage.
Simple.
Now, of course, some hyenas, like the spotted hyena, attack in clans with numbers as high as 100. But this video only
100?
covers how to
I'm
fight
cooked.
1v1s, so you'll have to figure that one out yourself.
cooked.
Number 12, orcas. You may not know this, but orcas are some of the easiest apex predators to defeat in the wild. Let me explain how these fights typically go. You are enjoying your day swimming in the open ocean, but unbeknownst to you, you have just entered a fight with an orca. As the killer whale breaches the water all around you, you just have to do what comes naturally, which is breaking
What
out
is
into a
that?
complete panic. And before you know it, the fight is over. We really are a lot scarier and more intimidating than we give ourselves credit for. Now, I must warn you,
Okay,
if this
cool.
fight takes place in an unsanctioned cage fight, like the ones you see at SeaWorld, the odds of winning are pretty much non-existent. After all, us humans perform best in street fights, where there are no rules.
What if you
Gotcha.
can create your
Okay.
own?
Number 11, Komodo dragons. Since 1974, there have been 24 Komodo dragon attacks on humans, including 5 fatalities. But today, we'll put an end to
It's
that
long
once and
tongue.
for all. Let's begin. A Komodo
losing.
dragon just made the worst decision of its life. It chose to start a fight with you. Lucky for you, you were prepared thanks to this video. Now, in the rare case where a Komodo dragon catches you on a bad day, where you're just not in the mood for a fight, you can simply sprint your way to a victory. Since they have terrible stamina and can only reach a pathetic speed of 13 miles per hour. The average
Dogging
human can
him.
sprint around 14 miles per hour, so expect to dust him by at least a couple of
leaving
feet.
him. Come
But
on
if I
now.
know you like I think I do, I know that you would never turn down a fight with a Komodo dragon. So let's begin. First, you must beware of the Komodo dragon's bite. If this attack lands, it will one-shot you, since
What?
it's highly venomous. Next,
Oh.
you'll exploit the lizard's terrible mobility by running away from its charge attack in random zigzag patterns. You will repeat this counter until the lizard's stamina is completely drained. You will know you've reached this point when the lizard inevitably turns around and quits. This will be your chance to get creative and chain together whatever combos you desire, winning the fight by whatever you want. Number
Easy.
10, King
Simple.
Cobras. King Cobras kill around 5 people per year, and you will not be one of them. Now, similar to the python, the choice of engaging in the fight is
I don't even have to say nothing. Oh my, look at, check me out. Even you hypnotized. You joining me right now. Come on, bro. Be serious.
totally up to you, since the rare option of simply walking away is available. But I don't blame you if you want to teach the snake a lesson it will never forget. This fight always begins when you unexpectedly corner a king cobra, locking you into the 1v1. The first thing you must do is stay calm, remain as still as possible, and back away slowly to give yourself some space. Any fast movements here could initiate a strike, which again would one-shot you. Now, if you're Indian, you can simply pick up the snake and place it down in a more favorable location. But once you and the snake are in an open area, you've pretty much won the fight, since the snake will take every opportunity it can to run away. Number 9, jaguars. Real quick, for the 2 of you out there that prefer to avoid this fight, let me get you out of the way first. You've just stumbled across a jaguar in the wild.
now
The
I'm
first
running
thing
it.
you must do is avoid eye contact at all costs.
So what? Why did our person turn into Kylie Jenner with a booger and a bald head like Caillou? What is going on with these lips?
The cat will interpret this as a challenge. Thankfully, we mastered this skill a long time ago, so this shouldn't be an issue. Next, you must back away very slowly without ever turning your back on the cat, as any fast movements here can trigger the jaguar's predator instinct. If you did all of that correctly, your odds of surviving the encounter should be decent. Now, with those two bozos out of the way, time to talk to the rest of you who are itching to let your hands go. So let the mental warfare begin. First, you must make yourself look as big as possible, lifting your shirt, backpack, child, or whatever other disposable items you may have.
Disposable?
Next, begin to shout at the cat in a stern voice. This should intimidate the cat. In the rare instance that the cat chooses to attack, you must stand your ground and protect your head at all costs, as it will attempt to crush your skull. In many instances, if the jaguar's initial bite fails, the odds of it fleeing are very high. But if it does manage to latch onto you, you must punch and elbow the cat's eyes and snout with all of your power to convince the cat that you're not to be messed with. Remember, others have successfully backed down a jaguar attack, so you can too. And before you know it, you will be the one standing in the jungle covered in the cat's blood and asking for more. Number 8, mountain lions. In North America, there have been around 30 fatal mountain lion attacks since 1868. Mountain lions are ambush predators, but there are many videos here on YouTube where they change their play style and instigate fights with humans head on. And that's the style of fight we will be focusing on. Now, the most common mistake people make when they encounter an aggressive mountain lion is believing that they are in any real danger to begin with, since the 1v1 was against their dog. Now, assuming you're alone, the fight has become much easier. First, you must never break eye contact with the cat. Run away, crouch down, or turn your back to the animal. But once you're dialed in, let the mental warfare begin. Start by yelling at it. Next, lift your shirt over your head and appear larger. And lastly, swing your arms wildly to show off your insane speed. This will remind the cat that it is incredibly outmatched. In the rare chance that this doesn't work, you will have to initiate plan 2, which is walking the entire trail backwards as the cat continuously charges at you, in the hopes that you will trip and fall. But this next step is crucial if you want to win. Quickly grab a rock from the floor and toss it in the direction of the cat, which will quickly scare it off. There's only one video in all of YouTube where a guy does exactly that, which means it works 100% of the time.
I'm probably watching this next. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it with y'all. Let me know if y'all want to see this shit together, bro. Because I low-key might check this out with y'all, bro.
Number 7, alligators. There are an average 10 to 15 alligator attacks per year, with around 2 of those being fatal, most of them occurring in Florida. And I want to make sure that you guys can enjoy Florida's amazing weather, the entire 3 months of it. Rule number 1, never enter the water in states that have alligators, as a fight there is a guaranteed loss.
You lose.
With that out of the way, let's begin. An alligator has decided to gamble its life by entering into a street fight with you. This matchup shouldn't be a problem, as you will have many options from the start. You can taunt the takedown, baiting the alligator's charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line, quickly depleting the alligator's stamina bar. Of course, you can further slow it down by spamming calf kicks, reducing its mobility further. Another option is simply running around it in a circle, taking advantage of its terrible turning radius. At this point, it's only a matter of time before the alligator admits defeat, and leaving you with an easy W. Number 6.
Hey man, I don't know if a lot of y'all know, I'm in Florida right now as we speak, right now. So, you know, what I do over here, I just, like I said, I rub them on the nose and it leaves me alone. Actually, I low-key can put a little collar on them and say, all right, come on with me. We going to the park. And we go swinging on the park together. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though.
Bears. Over 40 people are attacked by bears every single year.
Wow.
But today, it
bears
all stopped.
ruthless.
Grizzly bears and polar bears have obviously spec'd into the tank build, so they're going to require as much knowledge as possible to defeat. I will cover both fighting strategies, so by the end of this section, you will be completely comfortable around both of them. Let's start with the easier of the two, the grizzly bear. A grizzly bear typically enters a fight when it's threatened, has cubs, or is caught by surprise. That's why I highly recommend you carry a Bluetooth speaker and play it at maximum volume anytime you're in a public park, which would be greatly appreciated by other visitors. Now, if by some reason a bear is crazy enough to pick a fight with you, don't worry. You'll be prepared for just that. First, you'll need to warm up by curling up into the fetal position and playing dead. Now, make sure to hold this power stance, even if the bear begins to chain together attacks. And with a little bit of luck and a lot of heart, the bear should eventually back off, seeing that you're a tank build as well. Now, fighting a polar bear is basically the complete opposite of what you just learned. Unlike the grizzly bear, the polar bear will attempt to eat you if it's slightly hungry. He'll basically take a look at you and think to himself, yeah, I could eat. which has happened around 75 times since the 1870s. Luckily, if you're in a pinch, playing dead against a polar bear will end the fight very quickly, in about 3 bites or so.
Damn.
If a polar bear locks onto you, you must try your best to look intimidating, doing all the usual tactics. And if you're attacked, you must fight back with everything you have, targeting its eyes and nose.
Oh,
now, you're
no,
probably
you're cooked.
thinking, physical attacks won't do much to a polar bear.
Yeah, it won't.
Wrong. And to prove that, there's even a famous saying, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night.
Wow. Yo, is that actually true? That actually might be true because he made it sound like it's true, bruh.
So obviously, physical attacks work. Number 5, wolf.
Wow.
With around 500 wolf attacks around the world since 2002, this is a
500?
matchup you need to get familiar with. I'm just gonna say it now. I don't want to read in my comments that you were attacked by a wolf after this video drops. All right, let's begin. First things first, let me cover what you should never do. Don't run. You're not fast nor agile enough. And never bring your dog to wolf country, as they're known to provoke an attack. So quickly take them out. With that out of the way, let the fight begin. You must stand your ground and keep eye contact at all times. Do all of the usual things to appear as large and intimidating as possible. This should make the wolf think twice before attacking you head on. If the animal does charge, it will more than likely latch itself onto your arm, which sadly means he fell right into your trap. As you let elbows rain down on its eyes, snout, and head, the wolf will have no option but to retreat. If the 12 to 6 elbows are not having an effect, begin gouging its eyes. And if that doesn't work either, you will have to resort to dirty and cheap tactics, blowing on his face. Number 4, sharks. These 3 sharks have been responsible for thousands of attacks on humans, averaging around 70 per year. But we can all agree it stops today. Now, you would think since this fight takes place in the ocean that this would present some issues. Wrong. With the correct knowledge, a shark doesn't stand a chance. After all, the ocean was our first home. You are enjoying a beautiful day at the beach snorkeling at a reef, when suddenly, this wall closes behind you. First, you must remain calm and slowly work your way towards the shore or boat as you maintain eye contact with the shark. This is because sharks specialize in the surprise attack. Usually, awkward eye contact is enough to stop an attack. But in rare instances, the shark might be determined enough to approach. If he does, gently push his snout away from you. But if for some reason it gets aggressive and turns back around, this is when you'll introduce him to your legs and fists, striking its snout, eyes, and gills. Now that you're loose out there, it's time to go for the finish. Simply flip the shark upside down, initiating the tonic immobility move.
Yo, hold on. How much these sharks weigh? You talking about flip it upside down? Now, I know it's lighter in the water, but I'm not flipping a shark upside down, bruh. I'm still trying to swim. This is bad advice, man.
KO that will leave the shark in a state of paralysis, instantly ending the fight. Of course, if the shark is a fully grown great white, it will be extremely difficult to flip over. So that fight will just end the way it typically does, with the shark getting a mouthful of preservatives, GMOs, and food dyes, and leaving in pure disgust. Number 3, tigers. Finally a fair matchup. There are around 100 fatalities each year from tigers alone, mainly in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Indonesia. So for those of you who plan on visiting, pay attention. But for the majority of you, go ahead and skip to the next section. You are now in a fight with a tiger. Let's first cover what not to do. Don't run, crouch, lay down, or play dead. This is basically handing the tiger a win, and that's not what we're about on this channel.
No way.
Next, never approach a tiger if it has cubs, since you will surely be outnumbered. And last but not least, never urinate on yourself. I'm not kidding. Urinating is seen as a form of aggression. With that out of the way, let's talk about what you need to do to win. You must stay calm. Back away slowly to give yourself some space. Make yourself seem as large and intimidating as possible. If the tiger still decides that you're a pipsqueak, this would be the time to show him what you're made of. Like always, you offer your weak arm and begin to attack the eyes, ears, and nose
You're gonna have
using
to give
rocks,
up the arm.
sticks, and fists. Once you get sick of being dragged around, you can use your free arm and stick it down its throat, hitting its gag reflex and releasing you. I didn't make that up. This guy did. If all else fails, climb the nearest tree. Tigers are terrible climbers and will more than likely leave the match instead of doing any real work. Number 2, lions.
Great.
With hundreds of attacks per year, this matchup isn't one you can sleep on. Let's begin with what not to do. You must never run, crouch, lay on the floor, play dead, or climb any trees, as that will make you an easy target.
Yeah, they can climb
you must begin with the
too.
mental warfare. Make yourself look as large and scary as possible. If this doesn't work, the lion will more than likely use its charge attack, stopping a few feet away from you to see how you react. Obviously, a pathetic attack like this doesn't have much of an effect.
Okay.
But if the lion is crazy enough to commit to an attack, it will attempt to go for your neck. So keep your hands up and be ready to sleep him. Now, if the straight right down the pipe doesn't connect, the lion will probably latch itself onto your arm, chest, or leg. From here, it's time to make him pay. Chain together elbows, fists, uppercuts, rocks, and stick attacks to his eyes, ears, and muzzle. Remember, many humans have made lions quit by using rocks, and you have something much stronger than rocks: heart. And with a little bit of spit and elbow grease, you should squeak your way to a W. Number 1, crocodiles. Does it get any more pathetic than these guys? Camping the water's edge and one-shotting humans for thousands of years is starting to get old. This might come as a surprise, but crocodiles attack humans more than any other apex predator on Earth.
Wow.
With as many as 1,000 fatal attacks per year, this is a matchup you can no longer ignore. Some of these crocodiles currently have a 63% win rate, so I think it's about time we lower it.
Let's begin
with what not to do. As tempting as it may be, never get in crocodile-infested waters, or even approach the water's edge, as that is where the majority of losses occur. Saltwater and Nile crocodiles are the two species that view humans as prey, so it's your job to change their mind. A saltwater crocodile has just locked onto you. First, keep your distance, as the croc will more than likely spam its charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line. This is because the attack maxes out at 20 to 30 meters before it drains its entire stamina bar. While it struggles to recover, you will toss your shirt over its eyes, which puts the crocodile in a relaxed, trance-like state. This is when you'll want to quickly circle behind it and rip some body shots. Of course, these will have no effect, but are crucial in tenderizing the meat if you plan on eating him. And once the crocodile recovers, just rinse and repeat. You will know the fight is over when the croc no longer moves, due to the buildup of lactic acid in its legs and blood. The lack of movement could also indicate that the croc has simply died. I'm not kidding. Apparently, crocodiles overexert themselves, they just die. Which is one of the most pathetic moves I've ever heard of. Taking it so far as to not admit defeat.
Hey man, croc's not even scary for real then, bro. You mean to tell me, bro, a little bit of lactic acid take you out? Man, us track runners, bro, if you sprint, you know. You feel me? Lactic acid, yeah, it's not for the weak, but we strong enough to handle it, man. We not gonna die from it. Might puke a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you'll be all right. Yeah, this was fire. As usual, I have a blast with these videos that you guys recommend me. So if y'all got more y'all want me to check out, let me know in the comments. This is my third channel. I got 2 other ones linked in the description. Love y'all. Peace.